and here's the original sketch of the prison. Obviously the main goal will be to get to the bottom to release the prisoner. That's kind of the objective of the game, but there's more than one way to progress your way down there based on the decisions that you make.
I'm Xanderwood. I make indie games and tutorials on game development. I also play your indie games every week on my channel. Make sure you subscribe and click that bell icon so you never miss a video.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Before I get into the video, I just want to give a quick shout out to myself. The Xander Jam 3 Spring Jam is coming up in about a month's time, a month and 7 days. If you want to head over, you can click the link in the description. You can win yourself a place on the leaderboard for all eternity or until I take my HPH down, whichever comes first. It's a great opportunity to get your game out there. I will be playing, I'm going to say all the games submitted on my channel, which I did last time, but if there is an unprecedented amount of interest and there are just simply so many games that I can't do them all, I will probably just pick my favorites and do a best of the jam video. But if there is a number that I can squeeze into a video, or even 2 potential videos, then I will do my best to play every single entry, because if you take the time to make a game and you submit it, then the least I can do is give it a shout out, give it a playthrough. I mean, at my end, that seems a fair thing. If you take the time to take part in my jam, I'll take the time to play your game and give you some feedback. But the link is in the description. You can head over there now and you can join the 5 people already signed up. Just click the join jam button and you'll be part of the Xander Jam family. Also, just a quick shout out to my Patron James Welch for supporting my journey. If you want to become a Patron, you can head over to my Patreon page, and for a very small monthly pledge you can get access to a whole range of content, including free music that you can use commercially in your games, sound effects, artwork. I upload multiple times a month, multiple songs, multiple files, lots of different artwork, lots of different music. I post all my videos on my Patreon page before they air on my channel, so if you want to get a sneak peek into all of my content before everybody else, then head on over there, and for a small monthly pledge you can become part of my Patreon team. If you do, I will give you a shout out on all my videos, or at least most of the videos from here on out. And without further ado, let's head on in to today's video. So this week has really all been about level design for one of the 2 possible endings to level 1. I can already see that this game is going to be very time consuming, because each level takes quite a while to build and program. I mean, obviously less time than level 1, because I can reuse a lot of the events and a lot of the logic that I set up in the first one. But still, having 2 possible endings to level 1, and then possibly more multiple endings to each of those levels, it is really going to be quite a complicated game. So hopefully you'll enjoy the journey all the way through. I can't imagine how many devlogs I'm going to have to make before this thing is ready to be uploaded to Steam. But hopefully, my audience can grow along the way, and we can get the word out, and a lot of people can get behind it and see what it's all about, and hopefully a lot of people will want to play it when it's finished. So I guess that's a positive you could take away from it. Let me just take you through what the proposed level 2 is potentially going to look like. So the guy I'm working with, Pete, who is the writer, has sent over some sketches, because in his head he has obviously a layout of what that kind of should look like based on the story, and then I create little tiny colored squares and make it so. So level 2 is the kind of zone 4 area, the kind of barracks and the armory section. So there's going to be multiple rooms, so you can see here like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hence the kind of Zelda style layout. So you'll go through one door and it'll take you into another room, and then you can go through another door to take you to another room, and then you can obviously backtrack and go through those levels. So room 1 is going to be more of a utility room. You can see already there's the kind of patrolling enemies that are going to be going around in a kind of pathfinding like state. You'll obviously have a weapon, which I showcased in the last devlog, so you'll be able to interact and shoot these things. They're going to come at you if they see you. There's going to be a reintroduction of the cameras that we had in level 1 as well, so obviously if you get caught by the cameras, room fills with gas, end of level for you. We're going to be having rooms with droids there's going to be a new mini game which I'm going to introduce, which is a kind of shooting gallery, kind of target practice style mini game, which I'll show you in a little bit. And here's the original sketch of the prison, with the prisoner cell right at the bottom, and then the command deck right at the top. And based on the level that you're doing and the way you choose, obviously the main goal will be to get to the bottom to release the prisoner. That's kind of the objective of the game, but there's more than one way to progress your way down there based on the decisions that you make. And that will then unfold slightly different story elements. So at the moment I've got 4 rooms that you can progress through. It'll be kind of a bit of a maze, but the idea is not for you to get lost in the level. The 4th room is going to contain the mini game, which will be the shooting gallery, and then you'll be able to come over to this and interact with it, and then choose whether or not to participate, and there may or may not be rewards, depending on how well you do. This isn't going to be in the same style as Space Attack or Moon Racer. This is going to be a bit more of a realistic mini game in terms of being true to the artwork in here. So it's not a computer screen with a 1 pixel black and white. This will be a bit of a shooting gallery, and I might even do a whole tutorial series on how to build that when I come to make that. But at the moment, it is just placeholder. So at the start of the level, Cowboy's waiting for the door to be unlocked, which is the objective in level 1, to unlock the hangar bay door. I may well make the art in here a little bit more distinguishable, because at the moment it just looks like a normal door. I'd like it to have some kind of significance, so you know that this is the main hangar door. Maybe I'll make it double the width. I'm not sure yet. Maybe I'll put a sign up that just says 42. I'm not sure. If you've got an idea, let me know. Maybe I can just change the color of it to signify a slightly more secure exit. I don't really know yet. The map, obviously, we saw this in the last devlog. This shows you the path that you're taking downwards into zone 4, and then zone 5, which will be the kind of boss area. I've added these little kind of steel boxes onto the wall. These take damage and they drop ammo. And then the 4th area at the moment is where the minigame is. There's a map on the wall up here, so it shows you your progress as you're progressing downwards. So you can see the little black dot. You've come from the kind of zone 3, top of zone 3, you've kind of come around in a loop and you've ended up down here. Just for consistency and familiarity, I've added some more of the level 1 locker sprites in here. I've added a new sprite here, which is a plant. And these pipes, these are new. And then you'll be able to come over here and you'll be able to interact with this mini game. And it just says it's under construction right now. But that, again, that'll probably be a whole tutorial series in itself, where you kind of get to kind of point and click and shoot things as they move towards you in an attempt to get some kind of a high score, I'd imagine. And that's as far as I've gone with the level. Love that shooting mechanic. There's still a fair few bugs in the game at the moment. For example, when you pause the game in certain layouts, it takes you back to different layouts. But I'm using kind of global Boolean variables to kind of determine where I am in the game when I push pause. The issue that I've got with it is because I've got the pause menu on an entirely different layout. When I come back to the room that I'm in, all the rooms have one layout. So the issue that I'm having is on start of layout, because we start the layout for the first time and a bunch of stuff happens, but then when we pause the menu, we pause the game and go to the pause menu, then come back, it's coming back to on start of layout again. So I've had to put in a few different on start of layouts, which I did in the first level, to be fair, and it worked quite well. There's only a handful, so I've got to put in a few start of layouts to determine what's already happened, and if certain things have already happened, then when we start the layout, we destroy those triggers, so we don't accidentally trigger them twice. But it's nothing complicated that I can't figure out. It's just a bit of time-consuming, boring stuff behind the scenes. So I'll get that fixed hopefully by the next devlog, and then we can show you what that looks like. But that's as far as I've gone. Oh, actually, one last thing. I've made this door here, which is exactly the same as these doors, and this is going to be the kind of door. So if you look at the map, if we look at the map here with the skull in zone 5, this area here, this corridor here, this is where that orange door is going to be, and it won't be a simple case of being able to just open it. The objective in level 2, or this level 2 specifically, will be to get some kind of stuff done, find some certain items that will allow you to progress through that door and then into this kind of next stage 5 area, which is where this kind of boss character will be. We already know what that boss is going to be, but no spoilers at this point. You'll just have to stay tuned with the devlog, and I will be revealing little bits of that as we progress through the game. So that's about it for this week. Thanks for sticking around if you made it this far. If you found the video enjoyable, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help the channel. And if you haven't yet subscribed and you want to see more content, more tutorials, more playthroughs of your indie games, then hit the subscribe button and join the Xanderwood family. And I'll see you in the next video.